An Unconventional Threesome is a comedy podcast hosted by three rude, crude, and tattooed dudes. We tell you this so you can shield your children's eyes and cover their ears. If you don't, we are not responsible for the fun and exciting new words that they start using. Enjoy!
Welcome to the show, yeah, it's a blast. Turn the volume up, we got to laugh. Every joke's a hit, you'll have a fit. Sit back, relax, let's start this bit. Tuned in live from the internet's heart, where every word is a work of art. Comedy gold, it never gets old. Jump aboard, let the fun unfold.
Pooped this morning, D.
It was.
Good.
He's giving you shit for being late, and
I was a minute late.
but then we just spent the last 20 minutes talking about other things, so whatever. Yeah, welcome to An Unconventional Threesome, a comedy podcast hosted by three dudes who have no business having a podcast. I am John, and that's it.
Kind of like you weren't sure about that. But this is D Money here with the sex appeal.
Jay's here, on time ahead of schedule as always.
You weren't ahead of me, per usual.
Well, yeah. Goals.
Well, welcome to the first episode of the new year. This is pretty close to our 1 year anniversary, and we are all just as shocked as you are. There is one episode we recorded that is unreleased. It will never see the light of day unless we become millionaires off of this because it is so bad. So this is pretty much technically our 1 year anniversary, but next episode will be the 1 year anniversary of releasing episodes.
Did you guys get me anything?
Hell no. I let you on this podcast. That's your gift.
I tolerate your bullshit.
I'm feeling the love. I love you guys.
Genuinely, I feel the same way for you, D.
Did Santa bring you guys everything you wanted?
Santa brought me a week on the couch feeling like hammered shit, but I got to not deal with anyone else, so it was a Festivus fucking miracle. It was really delightful. It sounds crazy, but 2 or 3 days hanging out on the couch with your wife, just watching random TV, taking naps, and eating garbage, rock on. I'm there for it.
Agreed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Santa brought me a quick ER bill, some puking from my kid. But yeah, no, that was. Besides that, the gifts were really good.
Well, let's elaborate on the ER as well, because we haven't had a D in the city story in quite a while.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was trying to do my husbandly duties, and I was just trying to do some dishes, and I was cleaning a glass cup, and as soon as I put my big meaty paw in there, and I went to go clean the inside, the top of it broke, and then that sharp edge just went right into my finger. So yeah, it was a gusher. I said I was fine. My wife said, no, you probably need stitches. I mean, it was bleeding pretty bad, and the flap was flapping. So luckily I went there. There really wasn't. I felt kind of bad because I was in and out within about 20 minutes, surprisingly enough, because it was Christmas Eve. And I thought the ER was going to be packed, but I was in, out. They looked at it. She's like, no, you don't need stitches. So they just did the little stare strips and sent me on my way. So
I guess my first question is, how fucking aggressively do you wash your dishes where you're shattering glasses?
I guess it was just the alpha in me, and I'm just so burly. I don't know. I think the glass was also like really fucking thin. So I think I was just set up for disaster anyways.
So for our listeners, D talking about being alpha, this motherfucker was in a Christmas-themed onesie with like footy pajamas while he was doing this shit. Don't let him fool you.
No, but I was wearing my pajamas. A different one.
So what was your best gift?
Probably the study Bible that I got, but it's shoot, what is it? It's like an artist version, so the art on it is really cool. I got a lot of good gifts.
Dubby Bible?
No, study Bible.
Study. Okay. So not our sponsor.
Because I heard Dubby as well, and I was like, oh my God, we've gone into Bibles.
We're in a cult now, motherfuckers.
We got to clean up our Christian language for this sumbitch. Well, I hate to keep you on the spot here, Dee, but study Bible. Please elaborate.
So it's a Bible, but the difference is this one you have margins on the sides where you can take notes. And then what I really like about it is on the bottom, it basically just simplifies everything that you read above, which, I mean, you guys know me. I need just about damn near everything simplified for me. So, yeah. So, because the Bible can be kind of confusing because they don't speak D-money all the time. So having it translated below is really nice.
Didn't realize you were jumping headfirst into the spiritual.
Yeah. The weekend before Thanksgiving, I was actually baptized.
Holy crap. Good for you,
Yep.
man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a newish thing. I'd say picking it more up with past year, 2-ish years, slowly but gradually, going to church and everything. But yeah, no, I've really enjoyed it. Looking forward to it.
That's fantastic. Good for you, man.
So are you okay with us releasing our episodes on Sundays because that's the Lord's Day and technically I'm doing work by having the computer do work?
Even the big God needs a good laugh, so yes.
So I guess I learned something this episode, and that's D can read.
There are a lot of pictures. There's a lot of maps. So let's not give me too much credit.
Is it like reading The Lord of the Rings where you got to refer back to the front page to look at the map to see where fucking everything is?
Kinda, yeah.
I just assumed your wife read everything to you.
She probably still does.
I leave that for more of the like medical terms and other things that I have to sign. I just look at her and say, what does these things say?
Well, the nice part is now you can have ChatGPT read it for you and translate it for you. I've done that before.
I also learned this over the Christmas that my brother is a staunch AI hater. Didn't realize how much he did not like AI. And then I saw this article on Facebook, so it's true, about how AI has polluted the earth more than the humans in the past year.
Is he the same one that thinks the earth is flat, too?
No. Nope. This is my other brother. He is not a fan of AI.
Well, and I saw the same article about the pollution, but I'm pretty sure I've had this discussion on here before that these studies are all paid for by somebody, and it's usually from one end of the spectrum, so therefore results are more than likely going to be skewed in that direction of where the funding is coming from. And that's why I just question everything and anything at this point, and I've given up on trying to do what's best, and because everything is just so skewed in one direction or the other, and I'm trying to avoid getting political in this.
And you can find whatever results you want if you look hard enough,
Exactly. And I mean, even ChatGPT, if you word it in such a way, you can have it give you the answer that you want. So I do what feels right at this point, and I'm trying to keep up with technology to the best of my abilities because it's kind of my job as well to kind of keep up with things. So I have to, and AI isn't going away anytime soon. So pretty much get on board or get left behind, unfortunately.
I love seeing the AI videos where it's clearly AI, and then you see all these people in the comments like, "Oh
Boomers.
my gosh, oh!" It makes me so upset. Like how, and these people are driving on the same roads as us.
Get off of social media, D. It's just going to make your heart explode.
Well, I was on TikTok the other night, and there was clearly AI video of cats doing construction and then getting into a fight. And I just turned to MK and I'm like, this is what AI was made for. I'm on board for this. But I'm sure that, you've put that on Facebook or somewhere and, oh my God, cats can do construction? Why aren't we using them for laborers?
We take all of these things that are supposed to be life-altering tools and we make them the most reductive as possible. We carry all of the information in the world in our hands and we use it for memes.
Memes and cat videos.
That's it.
I mean, that's essentially how YouTube got its start too. I mean, well, not got
Yeah.
its start, but I mean, it quickly broke down into just a random bunch of bullshit videos. I mean, yeah, they shaped me into the human being that I am because those YouTube kind of started becoming big in my formidable preteen years. Formidable? That isn't the right word.
Formative?
Formative. Thank you.
I mean, you've always been formidable, so you might not be wrong.
Is this what it feels like to be D all the time?
Give him a minute to get that insult.
But like unforgivable, those videos, I can watch them over and over, and they've been flagged 1,000 times on YouTube, but they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I remember Charlie that kills people, bro. I remember, like, I feel like we're at the age Jay might not be able to understand, but John and I we're at the age where it's like we kind of like grew up right when the internet really started to take form as far as entertainment and reaching other people. And it is crazy to see how much it's changed because, before it was just stupid videos like that. Granted, there were some also heinous videos that I saw that I had no reason to be watching in middle school. But now
2 Girls, 1 Cup, Mr. Hands,
Pain Olympics.
Oh yeah, Lemon Party,
Man One Jar or something like.
Yeah, meatspin.com.
Yeah, so that's what's crazy is that shit is like tame for what is on the internet nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. And funny story about meatspin.com, freshman year of college, if you were to leave your laptop unlocked and went to the bathroom or went to class or whatever, kids in the hallway would put your computer on meatspin.com, and there was a counter on it at that point. I don't know if it always had a counter or not, but you'd come back from class and it's at spin 1000 something, and they had to have a meeting with our hallway because some people were complaining about this and some viruses were obtained on certain computers due to this. And for those who don't know what meatspin.com is, it is a gentleman with his genitalia in front of the computer bouncing up and down as his phallic object.
He was spinning his meat.
Yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory. That bitch was swanging his meat. They call it the helicopter.
Yes. Helicopter dick, as the Lonely Island boys call it. To impress a chick, helicopter dick.
People wonder why this generation or our generation's so fucked up.
They don't, though. They know exactly why we're fucked up.
Very true.
It all started with 9/11.
Oh, man. If only they zigged instead of zagged.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Well, shit. Ready for our first question?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is a user submitted question. I'll lead off with this one. I didn't anticipate leading off with it, but this is submitted by one of our faithful listeners, Scott Hall. And he wants to know what our favorite Adam Sandler album and or special is. And D, you might be a little too young to remember, but there was a time when comedy specials on VHS DVD weren't nearly as common, but they were actually released on CDs, tape decks, vinyl records. So when I say album, that is what that is referring to.
Well, Scooter the Hooter Recruiter, thank you for the question. My answer, it's either They're All Gonna Laugh at You, What the Hell Happened to Me, or Stan and Judy's Kid, because I can't decide. They're all great, but it takes me back to the talking goat throwing it around like the boys.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with Jay, except I'm going to narrow mine down to They're All Going to Laugh at You. And there's actually a funny story about how I came into possession of said CD. I had it on CD. Sure, most of our listeners are probably familiar with BMG and or Columbia House Record Club, but
Oh, of course.
I'm pretty sure 99% of the people on the planet still owe either of those money. But anyways, as a 14-year-old with a job and a checkbook, I was able to sign myself up for BMG, and it's one of those pyramid scheme type things. Pyramid scheme? Maybe not, but it's a scheme of some sort where you buy one CD at full price of $18 or whatever the fuck it was, and you get 10 at a penny. So I remember flipping through their catalog. I'd submit it. I'd send in my check. All's well and good. And then a month later, you get a bill for like $200 because now you've signed yourself up for a monthly subscription of some sort. Or you had to buy 10, 15, 20 full price CDs in a span of 3 months in order to retain said promotional pricing. Yeah, I never read the fine print, especially as a 14-year-old. And by the way, the fact that they allowed 14-year-olds to enter into these types of contracts, I'm pretty sure might be illegal. But yeah, I think I paid most of it off to the point where they stopped harassing me. But my brother continued to get letters from them probably right up until they filed for bankruptcy.
So if your brother just paid, they probably wouldn't have to go through bankruptcy. Is that weird?
Yeah, pretty much. It's his fault.
I can say so going back to the question, yeah, I actually have no idea. I don't know any of Adam Sandler's albums or records. But the songs in 8 Crazy Night, those are pretty good. So I don't know if that was ever an album. Yeah, I'll say those are pretty good. But no, I've never heard of that scheme of BMG or whatever it was. So maybe you're just too old too.
I know I'm too old. I had a birthday recently and my parents realized that I'm like on the back 9 of my 30s now, and both had a collective like, whoa. Yeah, I'm in the same whoa boat right now, but that's okay. And I'm pretty sure that they did think they released a Crazy Nights soundtrack. I'm not 100% sure if they released it on vinyl or not, but that's usually one of the movies we watch around the holidays. One of the many Christmas movies that we watch every year. And at this point, I pretty much just quote the entire thing word for word.
It is pretty good. But yeah, I don't, if they did release an album, that's my answer. Scott, great question. Thank you for it, buddy.
Question numero dos of the new year. Kind of feed off of that a little bit. What movie makes you laugh no matter how many times you see it?
Oh, there's so many. Let me cogitate on that one for a moment.
I'm an immature person, so it doesn't take much. I will say Step Brothers, I feel like is just one of the best comedies. Yeah, that's my first one. That, Talladega Nights, Little Nicky. That's also
That's
a
classic.
good one.
I agree with both Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. I will throw in Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. And honestly, a lot of the Chris Farley stuff as well. Tommy Boy and Black Sheep specifically.
So my answer was Tommy Boy. MK, I think, struggles to watch that movie with me because very much like Eight Crazy Nights, I will literally just sit there and speak the entire script as it's going through. But I laugh every fucking time. It is a just chef's kiss of a movie. My issue with Black Sheep is that they tried to capture the same lightning in the bottle that they did with Tommy Boy by doing the same jokes, just in a different setting. So I didn't appreciate it as much as Tommy Boy because it was just a cultural, not even cultural, but it was just a phenomenal, well done movie that really showcased Chris Farley's abilities in not only spoken comedy, but his physical comedy as well. And he had such a amazing balance of the two. And I'll be the first to admit, he was very overbearing at times. You watch some of the interviews and late night TV shows that he would do, and it's just off the fucking wall energy and chaos. But he also had a massive drug problem. So some of that could be attributed to that. And I really do wonder what he would have done if he continued living.
Yeah, I know this might ruin our friendship, but I will say
I know this answer.
I don't think I've
Fucking
ever seen
asshole.
Tommy Boy or any of the movies, but I have seen some of the interviews, and yeah, that man was. He
All right.
definitely had gone skiing right before those interviews because there was a bump or two gone.
I am really sorry to start the year this way, but it's got to be said. D, I know you're not productive in any way, shape, or form. Take a couple of hours and watch these fucking movies so you can be on the same page as the rest of us.
All right, I will do that for my homework.
I was just going to say, you have the day off. Come to my fucking house right now and we will watch them. I'll hold your hand. We can have popcorn. I'll cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn bucket.
Come to be a small bucket, but all right, I'm in.
Careful, because D will try to wash it and cut his dick off on it. Go to the ER, steri strips.
Well, Jay's point of D not being productive segues actually into third question. What do you
Look at
listen
that.
to while working? Does it vary between your office job and working outside or on a project?
Yeah, it does, because if I'm at my office job, it's mostly blessed silence I listen to. I don't really listen to much. Otherwise, I just throw Pandora on shuffle and, rake, shovel, wash a dish, try not to cut my hand off, things like that.
Oh, when I'm working, a good chunk of my job is on the phone, so I have to be able to pause and do whatever so I can actively listen to somebody. But I listen to a lot of podcasts while working and typing and doing other stuff that's not phone related. But when I'm working on stuff, housework, yard work, vehicles, it's usually the screamy metalcore, and that just aids me in continuing to work because I have zero motivation to be outside.
Say, and hopefully no one at my work hears it, but I got YouTube going for most of the day, and that's usually what I listen to. It mostly, if I'm out and about, I'm listening to podcasts, but I have found that I can't go to the grocery store and listen to all my podcasts because then I just look like an insane person because I'm just smiling and laughing at myself. Yeah.
So when you say you're smiling and laughing at yourself, you're listening to our podcast, correct?
Obviously.
Guys ready to take a trip to the green room? Top ourselves off?
It's my favorite room.
Let's do it.
Funny stories late at night. Every episode is a treat. Get ready for something sweet.
So did I tell you guys I completely got rid of coffee in my life to the point where my coffee maker is now in a cabinet just getting dusty?
So for those of us who know John the way we know John, that's a huge, huge thing. That is amazing.
I live on caffeine and curse words. And I have since supplemented my coffee with Dubby. It is a new energy drink that is hitting the market. And what I really appreciate about it is that I can control how much caffeine I'm putting into my daily caffeine intake. So days like today where I fucking exhausted, I did a scoop and a half. So that's 150 milligrams of caffeine. Whereas coffee, you can make it stronger or lighter, however you want to work it that way, but it's still pretty limited as to how many milligrams of caffeine you can put into a serving, and therefore you'd have to drink more of it. If you buy energy drinks from the store, there's no controlling that, how much caffeine is in that. So if you kind of vary in your caffeine needs, 100% recommend Dubby because you have full control over it.
Same can be said for keeping it fresh with flavors. You can go back and forth. You get more variety. Which ones are you going back and forth between right now, John?
So at work, I have the green apple. My favorite flavor right now is the Japanese yuzu, and I'm blowing through that. And then I also have I think it's like a fruit punch. But I also have a supplement that I take in the morning that's magnesium, that is a pineapple flavor. And I've been mixing that with my Dubby, and this is not related to anything at all, but it fucking pairs beautifully with it.
Yeah, I've been hitting the fruit punch pretty consistently. That one, I don't know, it's routine and it works for me.
As of this recording, I think we talked about it the last episode too, that they just got the orange creamsicle back in stock. So still haven't ordered it yet, but that one is a top priority for me to get because that is like one of my favorite flavors in anything. D, did you ever get your order?
Not yet. So come to find out that I put in the wrong order, the wrong address, or it was automatically set up with my previous address. And so I sent them an email. I'm going to hopefully get it soon because they redid it.
And this is not the first time this has happened to D. He has been sending shit to his previous address for a long time.
Yeah. So hopefully soon.
Well, if you want to try it when you come over today to watch Tommy Boy, you can have some of mine. I'll let you sample mine.
Oh, thank you. I will sample yours all the time.
For our listeners that want to, try it for themselves, Dubby is the name of the energy drink, and you can visit their website at Dubby, DUBBY.GG, as in good game. And if you use code AUTPOD, AUTPOD, at checkout, you can score yourself a cool 10% off. It never goes below 10, but every once in a while they'll run specials and give further discounts. I know that code doesn't always work with collab items, so just kind of scroll down a little bit and it'll tell you in pretty decent size print that if it qualifies for discounts or not.
It's a good train. Get on it, boys and girls.
Let's get back to our regular scheduled bullshit.
Funny stories late at night. Every episode is a treat. Get ready for something sweet.
When you're eating in a restaurant, do you put the napkin in your lap, tuck it into your shirt collar, or do something else?
Dear God, I leave it right where the hell it is on the table. What mutant that isn't in a sitcom from the 80s puts it in their fucking collar?
Yeah, that is atrocious. We don't do that around here.
So it's a well-known fact that I have ADHD and some level of fidgeting. So my go-to with the napkin is crumple it up into a ball and just basically use it as some sort of fidget device and just turn it over in my hand repeatedly until if it's paper, it will turn to shreds very quickly and I need another one. But it's also in my hand at all times and ready to go.
Yeah, I think I just leave it right there on the table, or I will put it on my lap. But normally it's not like a fluffed out, nice and neat kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not like the suit and tie waiter restaurants where the waiter comes over and snaps it open and gently lays it on your lap.
Right. So there is that.
Yeah, I don't know. MK gives me shit all the time about my napkins because I'll just grab them pretty much as soon as I get there, or sometimes I'll wait till the food makes it there, but yep, immediately just right into a ball.
Spin off from this a little bit. It's kind of lowbrow, but I really love going to places that just have a roll of paper towels on the table on that little spinner. That is the way to go.
Yeah, when I don't have to ask for more napkins and or paper towels, that's a good time for me.
I hate when they have like those really cheap half ply napkins
Yes.
that they don't really absorb anything. All they do is just dissolve in your hand. Yeah, I'm not a
Tiny
big fan
sheets
of
of
that.
plastic, effectively. Yeah, they suck.
And they just move the matter from one area to another.
Yeah, not a fan of those.
They're usually accompanied by the black and silver napkin dispensers from 1923.
If this sounds like your establishment, step up your napkin game.
Yeah, it's not expensive to just throw a giant rod on the table and throw a roll of paper towels on there. But yeah, you usually see those in like barbecue places, wing places.
Same kind of places that have a 6-pack of sauce and the old, long neck containers there.
Yep. And where it is sauce heavy is where you typically see the paper towels. So let me spin off the spin off. You're eating wings. Do you prefer bone in or boneless? We may have talked about this before.
My standard go-to most of the time is boneless just for ease, but I enjoy the bone in more. So if I'm willing to put in the work and get a little dirtier, I'll go bone in. But if I'm just looking to consume calories, I stick to the boneless.
You heard it here first. Jay really likes that bone, as long as it's nice and messy.
How do you?
Now, I'm kind of in agreement that I will not falter at bone in wings, but if I'm out at lunch or something like that, then I will usually go boneless because I got a beard, I got a mustache, sauce gets in any of that, it's a fucking catastrophe and a pain in the ass to get out. So if I go boneless, there's less chance of saving some for later.
Now, what are your thoughts on that argument? How boneless are just chicken nuggets?
I don't disagree in any way, shape, or form.
Ooh, okay.
See, I think there's a difference between nuggets and tenders, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's not just shape, it's consistency. So the boneless are more like a tender, which is like a breast tenderloin. The nugget is usually pureed and shaped with a caulking gun.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like if you break open a tender, you can still see the lines of the meat. If you break open a nugget, it is just mush or was mush, and then you cooked it, so it became firmer mush.
Fried mush.
But I'm pretty sure boneless wings are traditionally made from breast meat. So
Yeah.
there's no disagreement from me that it's not technically a wing because it's not.
Where do you land on this one, B?
I think people who say that just are trying to alpha. I think they are still delicious in whatever vessel I need to shovel blue cheese, which that's a whole nother argument. It's blue cheese over ranch any day of the week.
100%.
I will fight anyone on this. But yeah, I do like a good bone in my chicken. I will say that.
Do.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, the boneless are pretty convenient, I will say.
Well, and not only am I shoveling blue cheese into my face, but I'm also a slut for carbs. So the fact that boneless are usually pretty heavily breaded, that's also a huge selling point for me.
Where do we land with sauce on the spice on the Scoville scale? What do you think? Where's your go-to?
I usually live in the echelon of like the top 75% on a spicy scale. I'm getting too old to go to the full 100% scale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to me that John's dietary is from his Scottish heritage, which is most of it is based on a dare. So it's very much hold my beer while I try to light my throat on fire with Carolina Reaper level dragon's breath sauce.
Yeah, that's usually my line is Carolina Reaper. And even then, some are way too hot compared to the others. Where I really struggle is the pepper scale in Thai restaurants. I don't know what it is specifically. Maybe it's just the Thai restaurants I've been to, but normally when I see like a 2 out of 5 on the pepper scale, it's like, oh, that's pretty mild. And then I get it and it blows my fucking socks off. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is 5? Because that to me is completely and utterly inedible. I'm borderline eating something inedible right now where my snot's running down my face. I'm crying and sweating on a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. 5 is lava. And my problem with anything spicy, maybe this just comes with age, I don't know, but you get to a point that it's going to be just as hot coming out of the other end. So
Oh, yeah.
be careful.
Yeah, I was in my youth, I will say. I used to like the real spicy shit, but as I'm getting older, my body just can't handle it. I go like 1 to 10. I'm probably like around a 5 or a 6. Because if not, my tum tum cannot handle it, and then I will be on the toilet shooting acid out of my butt.
And circling back around to the blue cheese comment, when I first started eating blue cheese, I was probably 5, 6, 7, maybe.
6, 7. Sorry,
Fuck off.
my kids have rotted my brain.
I will murder you.
I act like I didn't just use that joke last night. Where was I? You fucking prick.
Blue cheese as a child.
Yeah, so I was eating it for years, and it probably wasn't until I was like 12, 13 that I found out that blue cheese is blue because it's mold, and it rocked my fucking world. But then I realized, well, just because it's off-putting in a mental status does not mean that it is going to be bad taste-wise. So I feel like blue cheese really opened up my ability to be experimental with food. So thank you, blue cheese, for allowing me to eat things like pig ears and haggis and pig's feet and all kinds of other crazy shit that I've tried.
Yeah, I will say, trying to eat that really spicy stuff, it does lend to more adventurous eating. My oldest, he loves spicy food now, so it is fun to see that. Haggis is something that I really want to try, though.
I got some in the freezer. Come on over. We'll have popcorn, haggis, and Dubby. Well, and it's funny that you mentioned haggis and I mentioned it first, so whatever. My family that listens to this podcast might be a little mad at me, but I made lasagna for our family get together, and it was a 3-meat lasagna. One of the meats was haggis, and so I think most people there unknowingly ate haggis. You're welcome, all. Can't wait for the family text message thread to blow the fuck up after this episode airs.
They all know you, and if they put you in charge of an entree, they know where the risks lie.
Last year, I made just straight haggis and had like crostinis with it that would, scoop it. And a good chunk of people did not want to indulge in it because they knew what it was. And for anybody that hasn't tried it, a good haggis, it tastes like fucking sausage. It's nothing crazy. It's actually really good. Just don't Google what it is.
I think people I don't know. I think it's mainly because my dad and I grew up watching like Food Network with him, and we love watching, just people eating just create like Man versus Food or Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman. to my goats right there. One of my biggest irks is when people are picky eaters and or just don't want to eat something because they think it's going to be gross and they have no prior experience with it. I don't know why, but it irks me, especially if you're an adult. Oh my gosh, that gets me going. Like, you got to try food. Like, there's so many foods out there that are so good that people would have no idea because they just think it's going to be gross because, it sounds like gross. But like haggis, people think, oh, it's made in a stomach. Well, it's more than that. You're not eating the lining, you're eating the inside. And when you break it down, it's really, like you said, it's just sausage with oats and stuff.
So what if one of those people who's picky and doesn't want to try things showed up and you saw them park crooked with that pitchy wall behind them?
Oh my.
That may be grounds for murder.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops. I'm getting them arrested for just being a nuisance to the society. If you can't park in a parking spot without, oh my gosh. No, you got it. The lines are there. You got to park in the lines. I know coloring in the lines is hard for some, but it's not a complex concept. So when people can't do that,
I don't know if it's an age thing or if I've just progressively becoming a shittier driver, but I'll pull into a parking spot and be like, wow, I feel like I've parked like an asshole. And MK can attest to this. I will literally get out of the car and investigate how I am line wise. But I don't remember ever having this problem when I was younger, pulling into a parking spot and parking straight and, dead nut center of the spot. But there's been a few times where I've had to like, oh shit, I'm like right on the line, or fuck, I'm crooked as fuck.
I've been doing the same thing, John. It's weird. If we're together, I'll look at the wife and be like, "Am I all right? Close to that line? Where am I at?" And she just looks at me like, "Yeah, it's like, can we fucking go?" Yeah, okay, fine. But,
It's not just me. Obviously, you said you have that problem. I've talked to my brother about it, and he also has that problem. So I don't know. It's weird.
D, what else grinds your gears? I feel like we're getting your blood pressure up to a nice level.
Oh, good.
Usually it's Jay.
Good, because my doctor did say my BP was a little bit high, so let's raise it a little bit more.
Your BP is a little bit high, along with your cholesterol, your blood sugar. What else?
I wait. Not my bread though. I'm still broke as fuck.
All right, so we're still quadding it up together because usually I'm just at the hat trick, but I feel like I'm right there with you on all four.
Yeah. Slow walkers.
And that's coming from somebody with little legs.
Exactly. So if I can get my hobbit chunky ass moving or even out of the way, everyone else should be able to. Like,
don't build up too much momentum.
Yeah, that I can't stop. I used to work at the mall and I used to work in a retail store. I used to work at Best Buy. And, we had to go back and forth, greeting customers and everything. I can't tell you how many times I have almost walked into someone because they were walking and then just stopped dead in the middle of the aisle. No concept of surroundings, no concept of moving to the side. It's worse in the grocery store. If you're pushing a cart and you have to stop, you push that bitch to the side. You get to the side so other people can get by.
What about when they do that in the doorway, D? Like they just get into the doorway, they're in the vestibule, they're grabbing a cart, and they just decide this is where I live. How does that make you feel?
I think about what the Lord Almighty would do, and I can't.
You flood the earth.
Yeah. I can't send too many plagues onto them, but, yeah, it's not good. But I need, and I remember, Jay, when we first started at our work, we had like the get to know each other. And one of my things that I told you, I can't stand when people do not have any social awareness, whether that's physical awareness or even just acting a fool, like time and place.
It was like meeting a younger me. It was pretty cool, actually, that you were the first person I talked to. Like, all right, I'm not the only psycho here. Great.
Do you guys remember what my get to know you fact was?
No, I don't.
Well, that's good because it's extremely anxiety inducing, and I don't know why I felt the fucking need to share this with everybody.
But please share it again.
It was just basically the fact that I have arthritis in all of my joints from my waist down. Why the fuck did I feel that was necessary? Yeah, see the fucking radio silence following that.
No, but it's kind of like an achievement though, because I was told a few years ago I have arthritis in my lower back. Now I bring it up all the time, and it drives my wife insane.
It's like being vegan or having a
Right.
podcast.
Or CrossFit.
John, didn't you do all three of those?
Except for being vegan, yeah. Left CrossFit after I sustained multiple injuries, the last one being tore my abdominal muscles all on one side while doing burpees. I currently have a podcast. Yeah, I have arthritis.
I didn't know you had a podcast.
What's that podcast called, buddy?
An unconventional threesome.
Damn, that sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely delightful. But yeah, this is, I think where we live is a one-party consent state, so I don't need to actually tell you when I'm recording you. And I've been recording all of our bi-weekly meetings.
Outstanding.
Damn, I thought this was just where we usually write our fanfic and make sexy stories. Which, if any listeners wanted to make more make any fanfic of the podcast, John and Jay are both generous lovers, so just keep that in mind when you're writing it.
Thank you all for joining us on this lovely adventure that we call an unconventional threesome. If you would like to submit your own user questions, you can post them on our Facebook page. I don't know how to use Instagram, so you will not find me there. There is a TikTok account, but I've started realizing our videos have been getting silenced for audio misuse of other people's material, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's literally my shit, but whatever. And on TikTok, it's an unconventional threesome pod. You can also search Pod on most streaming services, because typing out an unconventional threesome as somebody who's done it 1,000 times gets pretty fucking long. Anyways, I just went off on a fucking tangent. Or you can email us at anunconventionalthreesome@gmail.com. Once again, we would like to thank our sponsor, Dubby. And once again, if you visit dubby.gg and use code OTPOD at checkout, get yourself at least 10% off. Anything else besides the Craigslist catastrophe?
Well, just want to say, as we go into this new year, I am looking forward to what we have going on. Very grateful for all the listeners, and looking forward to getting more and having more fun with you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year, and glad we found a reason to connect as often as we do, because it's lonely out there sometimes.
My New Year's message to everybody is get fucked. No, I'm just kidding. This has been a ride. I'm shocked my ADHD has kept me able to do this for a fucking year, because usually it balls deep into a project and then 2 months later I'm done with it. But no, this has been fun. We appreciate you all who have listened, who participate, who have purchased from Dubby. And hopefully one day this gets to a point where I can just do this. I don't anticipate that being the plan, but hey, fuck it. One of these episodes could pop off. Craigslist catastrophe. Out of Potsdam, Messina, which I have no fucking idea where that even is. It's out near Star Lake and State Highway 3. Anyways, titled Crack Filler 13690. That might be a zip code. Getting colder, need to have the old girl crack filled. If you can help an old guy with this, appreciate that. This is John.
This is D Money.
And Jay.
Happy New Year and see you in 2 weeks.
Fuck the government still.
Taxation is theft.
This podcast will make you proud.